Along with Taylor Bond. Welcome to GCU Softball Stadium. We are underway in the final game of the GCU kickoff tournament, the Lopes and the Bears of the University of Northern Colorado. First pitch was in there for strike one. Erica Dick, the leadoff batter for UNC, grounds one to short. Smith up with it, but no play at second. A great play just to get to that ball, but Dick is on board with the first base hit of the ball game. Brianna Aguilar-Bocage, the pitcher for the Lopes in this one. And Taylor, the Lopes trying to go 6-0 in this tournament. They got the victory earlier today in a 5-4 extra inning game against Bradley. And now with Dick down at first, Cheyenne Talmadge, the right fielder, squaring to butt. Oh, Dick gets way off. The throw down to second. Did they get her? They did.
Absolutely. Something we want to see early on, of course. GCU coming out slightly slow in this game against UNC yesterday. We saw them get off to sort of a rough start from the pitching sense, so great to see them have this energy out early into this first inning to capsize on really a great, perfect series we've had these last 3 days.
Well, the great throw by Kenzie Hill. They get the runner, so one out, nobody on. Next pitch to Talmadge is up high, 1-1. Erica Dick, you saw her, the shortstop leading hitter for the Bears. Got the base hit single, retired on the caught stealing. Cheyenne Talmadge, the right fielder. Maddie Schmidt, the designated player, is on deck. The 1-1 from Aguilar-Bocage. Outside 2-1. They call her Bobo, and she had her first start, got the win, a 3.86 ERA, through a complete game, 7 innings, gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, walked no one, and struck out no one. So a good start for the hurler for the Lopes. Little tapper foul.
Saw a lot of left-handed hitters yesterday. We're seeing her come out here hit left-handed as well. A lot of switch hitters from both rosters. Saw that from Bradley as well.
Bocage, the freshman out of Tucson, the 2-2. Outside 3-2. Defensively for the Lopes, Lorianne Olson in left, Lainey Gomez in center, Jenna Coates in right, Sierra Smith and Shea Smith, third and short respectively, Camry Wortman at second. Swing and a miss for strikeout of the GCU career for Bobo. 2 down. Bianca Bowling at first, Kinsey Hill behind home plate.
Awesome to see a freshman as well coming out, getting some game time. You don't necessarily see that too often in collegiate athletics here in the softball series so early on in the season.
Maddie Schmidt, the designated player, up with nobody on and 2 out. Swing and a miss, a little off-speed pitch up in the zone. Schmidt has been in one of the games. It's her first start, first at-bat of the tournament. Off-speed pitch. Misses outside. Young Daniel Abernathy, the home plate umpire. Joe Coates down at first. Anita Robinette, the third base umpire. So Aguilar-Bocage looking for a 1-2-3 inning slap down the left field line, but slicing foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, the Lopes in the first game today, Taylor got off to a really good start, scoring in each of the first 3 innings, but then they didn't score again until the 8th inning. Had to go into extra frames to get that win.
Absolutely. Different tone of a game than we saw against Bradley yesterday. Of course, they won in that run rule with just 5 innings, 11-3 yesterday versus Bradley. So coming out in a completely different matchup against them this morning.
That went outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on. The leadoff batter, Erica Dick, got a base hit single to start this game and then was thrown out trying to steal second. Little tapper left side. Smith has it. Fires to first in time. A 1-2-3 inning for the freshman hurler for the Lopes.
She had a great day yesterday. Both Shea and Sierra having a great dynamic duo play off of each other, and they really come out here so strong, young players, but of course they play with such elite experience and really come out so maturely onto the field and really had a great day yesterday.
So no score in the top of the first. The Lopes coming up. Folks, want to remind you, GCU now offers a unique opportunity to earn your doctorate through an on-campus evening cohort. Doctorate programs in education and in philosophy are enrolling now. Scholarships are available. The next evening cohort begins in March. For more information, visit gcu.edu/doctoral 2017. That's gcu.edu/doctoral 2017. Well, let's get you caught up on the lineup for GCU. The Lopes, not a lot of changes here. Moved a few pieces around. Shea Smith will lead things off, the shortstop. Her sister Sierra, the third baseman, bats second. Nikki Gonzalez, caught last game, will be the designated player in this one and bat third. Lainey Gomez will play center field and bat fourth. Camry Wortman will play second and bat fifth. Batting sixth and catching in this one, Kenzie Hill. And the bottom third of the order, Lorianne Olson in left field batting seventh. Bianca Bowling at first base batting eighth. Got her first home run of the year, a two-run shot to help the Lopes get the victory in the early game. And Jenna Coates in right field batting ninth. On the hill, Jamie Radcliffe pitching for the Bears. A 5.19 ERA, a record of 0-1 on the year. This is her third start of the season. In 8 2/3, giving up 11 hits, 5 runs, all 5 earned. She's walked 2 and struck out 6. Radcliffe's first pitch, a little tapper. That's going to be a tough play. The throw didn't get her. Shea Smith, a little tapper down the first base line, legs it out. So both teams get the leadoff runner aboard with a base hit single.
Absolutely. Radcliffe having a really great first start of her game yesterday. Then with a little pitching change late into the game yesterday, she ended up coming out. But she came out with a lot of confidence, connects well and really has great release time.
Sierra Smith at the plate. First pitch outside, ball one. Well, we saw this in game one earlier today. Shea Smith got a base hit single. Sierra followed that with a base hit single. Shea eventually came around and scored on a double by Nikki Gonzalez, but that was all the Lopes could get in that first game. The count evens at 1-1. In that first inning of the first game, they stranded a couple of runners. Good speed on the base paths. The 1-1, high and away.
They're keeping a close eye on Shan first. They know she can make, the run, and they're covering her nicely. Don't want to let her get away from them, but...
To short. Dick has it. Oh, a little toss.
Close.
Didn't get her. Ooh, that was a bang-bang play. Fabulous play by the shortstop, Erica Dick, just to get to that ball, but unable to funnel it over. So runners on first and second for Nikki Gonzalez.
Absolutely. Great early play put on by the Lopes here today in the bottom of the first, getting on base here, looking for an opportunity to score.
Well, the Lopes started game one with back-to-back singles. They start game two with back-to-back singles. Gonzalez, a good bunt, but it just spins foul. Nikki came up with the Smith sisters on first and second in the last game and doubled off the base of the wall in dead center field to bring home the first run of the game. Gonzalez on the season hitting .357, 5 hits and 14 at-bats. Chopped foul right down there by Ann Pearson. Coaching well out of that third base coach's box, just about a step outside from the bench, the dugout area. And in her 14th season, started the program here at GCU, and it's been the only coach the program has ever known.
She's actually one of the most long-lasting coaches here in GCU athletics, one of only a handful that have been around longer than about 5 years. So she's really done a lot for GCU athletics, done a lot for the GCU softball program.
Gonzalez strikes out swinging. That'll bring up Lainey Gomez with runners at first and second. Gomez, the left-handed hitting center fielder, taps that one foul. Well, GCU was able to get one run across in game one, but still with no outs and runners at second and third. They stranded those runners. Trying to get a run across here with one out. Now a double play would end the inning. Radcliffe, high and away. 1-1 the count. Lainey, the center fielder here.
She had 3 RBIs yesterday.
Top hitter on the squad for GCU right now. She fouls that one off. 7 for 14 with 6 runs and 4 RBI. has one extra base hit on the year. That was a double. Has started every game so far in the tournament. Lopes trying to go a perfect 6-0 in this tournament. Bears looking for their second win. They're 1-3 on the season.
Yeah, the Bears struggled last year as well in the Big Sky Conference. They went 9-33 on the season, looking to make a comeback season here in 2017.
The Bears softball, of course, played on the Big Sky Conference. No baseball in that conference. Fouled off, so their baseball team plays in the WAC. We see them for a series every year. Carly Wasaki, the head coach, actually played his college ball and played at GCU at Brazel Stadium a few times. The 0-2. Well, Gomez staying alive. Having an at-bat here. Just barely making contact to stay alive. Well, we were hoping for a beautiful sunny day today. The sun's trying to peek through those clouds. It's a little brisk up here with the breeze. Well, brisk for us Arizona folks.
Absolutely.
Tapper to third. One play at first. High throw, but the out is recorded. We attract to Johnson. So now 2 outs, but runners on second and third as both runners do move up. So it's going to be up to the senior, Camry Wortman. Wortman came into this day on fire, but had a tough day earlier. 0 for 3, was pulled for a pinch hitter her last time up. See if Camry can get things going at the first pitch and fouls it off.
Camry, one of 3 players on the Lopes team to receive preseason WAC honors alongside Shea Smith and Taylor Nolan. This is the 3rd year in a row Camry has actually received these preseason Western Athletic Conference honors.
That one misses low, 1-1. Wortman started off on fire. I think she got a base hit in her first 6 at-bats of this tournament. Has come a bit down to earth, but still hitting .438, 7 for 16. Chopper to second. Sunoki records the out. And once again, the Lopes strand runners. Oh, brother. In the first ball game, GCU won at 5-4, but left 10 runners on base. And here in the first, no runs with a couple of hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We've completed 1. No score. The Bears coming up.
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light. And now GCU is leading in the area of computer science and IT. With over 200 university degree programs across 9 colleges, on campus and online, join the most inventive concept in education today. Fast track options available with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, and systems architecture. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/IT.
Final game of the GCU kickoff tournament. Michael Potter and Taylor Bond here with you. We go to the second inning. No score. The Lopes threatened. The Smith sisters, back-to-back singles, got as far as second and third, but could not get the runs across. So no scores. We go to the second.
Absolutely. Trying to finish this tournament here. Opening tournament in the brand new GCU softball stadium, of course, too. So a beautiful weekend it's been. Day 3, they're trying to finish this on a perfect record to start off their season.
We attract Johnson and Cold Iron due up for the Bears. The 4, 5, and 6 hole hitters. First pitch from Aguilar Bocage in there for strike 1. Bobo, as they call her, in the circle today. Her second start as a Lope. Got a complete game victory in her first outing. The loft speed stayed inside 1-1. We attract the third baseman. Best hitter on the squad so far in this young season. 5 for 10 with a run and 4 RBI. 3 extra base hits out of those 5 hits. Oh, rips that one to center. Starting in, going back. And off the glove, Gomez misread it off the bat, and Weatrek is going to cruise into second, slides in with a lead-off double. Another extra base hit.
Yeah, great little hit there into center field for her. She has to be excited about that one, getting it off early, setting up a great little opportunity for the Bears here.
And they're going to get a pinch runner in here right from the get-go. It's going to be number 24 coming in for the Bears. as they talk to the umpire down there. Kinsey Caderna, the sophomore out of Erie, Colorado, going to come in and pinch run. But, boy, Jordan Wiatrek, what a great start to the season. 6 for 11 with 3 doubles and a home run and 4 RBI.
Absolutely. Last year as a freshman, started 35 games, recorded 20 hits and 3 home runs. So great little stats for her.
Johnson at the plate, first pitch inside, ball 1. Rachel Johnson, the first baseman, hitting .222 on the year, 2 for 9. No runs, no RBI, but she's got Caderna out there at second. That one on the inside corner. 1-1 the count.
She made the 2016 College Madness preseason second team last year, along with Big Sky Academic.
The 1-1 inside, held off, didn't go around. 2-1. So now the Bears applying the pressure early here against the Lopes. Well, Wiatrek at line shot to center. She got all of that one. Gomez had a crack at it. Down the line, gloved on the backhand. Nice play at third by Sierra Smith for the out.
Sierra Smith really does such a great job of being on. She has such a great ball IQ and is really in the right place at the right time and really plays her position to a T.
So with 1 out, Adeline Coldiron at the plate. Caderna still out at second. First pitch in there for a strike, and Aguilar Bocage just fastball right on the inside corner. Coldiron, the catcher in this ball game, hitting .250, 2 for 8. Missed outside, 1-1. Going back to that leadoff double by Wiatrek, Gomez broke in on the ball initially, and then when she adjusted to go back, Abel, with a nice athletic move to get the glove on it, just couldn't hang on to it. Ground ball to third, looked the runner back, fired to first, just like they teach you growing up.
Absolutely.
Great play by Smith.
Even with a little look hesitation over to second, she made that one happen and captured that out.
Freezes the runner, so after the leadoff double and Caderna, the pinch runner, coming in, it'll be up to Alex Sinoki, the second baseman, to see if she can get the Bears on the board. Bobo just an out away from getting out of this inning. Oh, a little flare. That's going to be trouble, and that's going to fall. The throw's going to be cut off. It'll get all the way through to the catcher. But just like that, Alex Sinoki, a little base hit bloop single into left center field, and the Bears are on the board. They lead the Lopes 1-0 here in the second.
It's going to be a good thing for the Bears, getting them out early here, getting up on the board early, something we didn't see necessarily yesterday. Was a little bit more of a back and forth game, and to see them coming out so strong here in the second inning on the batting side shows a lot for the Bears.
Kaylee Garcia at the plate, the number 8 hole hitter for the Bears. Or excuse me, Garcia with Sinoki down at first, takes the first pitch for a strike. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. 0-2. Well, Sinoki didn't get all of that one. Wasn't near as sharply hit as Wiatrek's double, but good placement right in that little no man's land in left center field. Check swing. Did she go around? They're going to look down, are they? Didn't go. 1-2 the count to Kaylee Garcia. And Garcia still looking for her first hit of the season. Has scored a run, but 0 for 6.
She didn't see a lot of time last year as a sophomore, only played 3 games. So good to see her getting in this season early.
Just got a piece of that one to stay alive. Good group of fans making their way out here for this one. A lot of purple in the stands. Good group of fans from Greeley, Colorado coming down to support the Bears as well. They were hoping for a little bit better weather coming down from Colorado.
They got a little bit of both. They saw the sun yesterday.
That one
Not
fouled
seeing
off.
so much today.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday were pretty nice, huh? And then today the sun's peeking in and out. I was talking to the coach down there for the Bears, and she said, yeah, we're hoping for a little bit of weather. And I said, yeah, but even when it's overcast, it's not near as cold down here as it is up there. And she said, oh, no, we'll take it. It's great. That pitch misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
The Lopes, of course, coming into this tournament ranked first in preseason rankings. They got 23 points in the coaches poll. It's kind of a nice honor to know that, when the coaches come together for, this poll, that they're ranked so highly coming off a great 2016 season as well.
Yeah, the Lopes won the WAC in 2014, their first year, and they've been trying to get back and repeat that performance. And as you mentioned, them and New Mexico State really the top 2 teams in the conference this year. At least that's what the coaches think. Ground ball, hot shot to third. Another good play by Smith. She records all 3 of the outs for GCU, but not before the Bears get a run across. A leadoff double by Wiatrak. Kaderna pinch ran, and a 2-out single by Sunoki drives in the run. As we go to the bottom of the second, it's 1-0 Bears with the Lopes coming up.
See Two Gentlemen of Verona in Ethington Theater like never before. This classic Shakespearean comedy has been infused with the wizarding world of Harry Potter and opens this weekend. Full of Harry Potter references, this won't be a show to miss. Get your tickets at Ethington box office or email ethington@gcu.edu.
So, Taylor, are you a Harry Potter fan?
No, I can't say I am.
Have you watched any of them?
I actually have not.
You've never seen a Harry Potter movie?
Never seen Harry Potter before.
I think you might be the only person in America. Is it possible?
Probably.
You might be the only person who's never seen a Harry Potter movie.
I know. Harry Potter and Star Wars. I'd never seen any of the Star Wars either until this last year.
Oh, you did see one? Okay.
I saw the new one. Yeah, the new one that came out last Christmas.
All right. I know my job this season. We got to get you to see some Harry Potter and some Star Wars. I've only seen one. My family, my wife, my kids, they've seen them all. Love them. I've only seen one. But check out that performance, that production over there at the theater. They put on some great ones there. That should be a fun one.
Absolutely. It's nice, too, because it's such an intimate theater. Really, any seat is a good seat, and you can get nice and close.
Yeah, absolutely. To the bottom of the second we go for the Lopes. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. Hill, Olsen, and Bowling due up for GCU. Lopes trail it 1-0. The Bears get the lead here with a leadoff double and then a base hit single. Slicing into right. Tough play out there, and the play is made, though, by Talmadge out there. Fighting the wind, pushing it back her direction. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Hill flies out to right. I'm bringing up Lorianne Olsen. Olsen hitting .500 on the year, 6 for 12, has scored 4 runs, and has 1 RBI. Pitch on the outside corner. Radcliffe pitching well. Gave up the back-to-back singles to lead things off, but has retired the next 4 batters for the Lopes.
Absolutely. She was pitching great early on in this game yesterday. The coach making that pitching change, but she had a lot of confidence, and every move she made was with poise and construction, and she really did a great job.
Weak swing at that one by Olsen, and she finds herself down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Little tapper to third. Quick play, the stretch by Johnson at first base. 2 up, 2 down. So it'll be up to Bianca Bowling. Bowling hitting in the 8 hole. Bowling was hitting 7th in the ballgame earlier today. Got her first home run of the year, a 2-run shot in the 3rd. Lopes needed every bit of it. Time we thought they were just tacking on runs. That was the run that helped them get into extra innings. Chopper. Radcliffe, the throw, in towards the runner. Johnson, a couple of nice plays. The stretch on the play before, and that time fielding that ball as the ball was thrown into the runner. But the Lopes go down 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We've completed 2. 1-0 Bears with the lead.
Finding the right college isn't always simple. The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow. That's why I chose Grand Canyon University. Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home. With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Back at GCU Softball Stadium, Michael Potter and Taylor Bond here in the Lopes. Down 1-0 as we go into the third inning here. The Bears trying to get their second win of this GCU kickoff tournament. The Lopes trying to go a perfect 6-0. They took extra innings to get their fifth win, and now they find themselves down in the third inning here to the Bears.
Absolutely. Not only trying to attempt a perfect record in this tournament, but a perfect record against Northern Colorado Bears. They went 0-2, the Bears did, against GCU back in 2015. So the Bears have yet to win a game against the Lopes here. So GCU trying to perfect that record.
Holtz to lead things off. Takes the first pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Holtz, the number 9 hole hitter. Then it'll be the top of the order, Erica Dick and Cheyenne Talmadge. Holtz hitting a .143 on the year, 1 for 7. Has scored a run. Been on base with a walk as well. That one misses outside. 1-1 the count. Well, the Bears were able to get a couple of hits, a leadoff double and then a 2-out single by Sunoki to get the run in the top of the second. On the outside corner, strike 2. So Brianna Aguilar-Bocage in her third inning of work here faced the minimum in the first. 5 batters came to the plate in the second. Well outside. Nibbling on that outside corner.
Ann Pearson putting in a number of different pitchers here throughout this tournament. Taylor Nolan pitching quite well. She received, of course, the preseason pitcher of the year and first team honors.
Oh boy, that one just missed somewhere, maybe up and in a little bit. So the count goes full, 3-2 to leadoff batter here for the Bears in the third, Emily Holtz. Yeah, Nolan came in to close out the game with a 4-2 lead and gave up the 2-run homer to tie it, but then was able to hang on and get the win to push her record to 3-0, the 3-2. Did she offer at it? She did. Boy, outside, she tried to hold up, couldn't do it. Second strike out of the ball game for Bocage, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Erica Dick.
That'll do a lot for her confidence as well as a freshman getting out there on the mound. That'll do a lot being able to get that out there at home plate.
First pitch to Dick, misses down low. Erica got a base hit single leading off the ball game and then was caught stealing. It was kind of a weird steal attempt. She just basically got hung up too far off of first base after taking her lead and then decided to go for it and was thrown out by Kinsey Hill. Oh, that one ripped into left. A one hopper stopped by Olson. Keep that one from going to the wall, but Erica Dick, a perfect 2 for 2 on the day. That one was laced into left.
She had quite the 2016 season. She led the nation in triples as a sophomore, and then she also took the NCAA triples crown, UNC Division I record for most runs scored.
So Dick down there first, Cheyenne Talmadge at the plate. Doubt that Erica will get caught off first base again. The Bears definitely the aggressor here early, fouled off. You know, Ann Pearson, after going 4-0 on Friday and Saturday, talked to her this morning, and she said, you know, not a lot to complain about, but she was a little concerned about the quality of at-bats. Felt like they were being very defensive, and hard to say when you score 30 runs in the first 4 ball games, but
Absolutely.
You can see it a little bit here. The Lopes have not put together many good at-bats early in this one, and they find themselves down 1-0. The Bears, on the other hand, have been putting together some nice at-bats really applying the pressure to GCU. 0-2 the count to Talmadge. Talmadge struck out for first time up. Up high, throw behind, and Dick back safely. One ball, two strike to count. Fouled off again. Just staying alive.
This game, of course, wraps up this tournament, but they will head to Waco, Texas, the Lopes will, to face North Texas, Baylor, and Lamar. It's next weekend. They'll be back home in action February 23rd.
And all the home games will be right here on GCU TV. The 1-2 outside 2-2. Unveil the new stadium, and
that's right.
All the games will be televised on GCU TV, and then at the end of the season, the stadium gets phase 2, which there'll be a concourse and grandstands, permanent concession stands, and the press box. Out of the box, so that the batter is out. That was going to be a chance for a 1-6-3 double play, but the batter was out of the box, and so the batter is out, and Dick goes back to first base, and now we're going to get a little chat with the home plate umpire. So Shanna Easley, the head coach for the Bears, not really sure she agreed with that one, but the home plate umpire, young Daniel Abernathy, says nope, she was out of the box. So Dick goes back to first base, and now with 2 outs, it'll be Maddie Schmidt. Maddie Schmidt up for the second time in the ball game. Outside corner for a strike.
Sophomore out of Westminster, Colorado. Started 39 games last year as a freshman. Completed her season with a .302 batting average, 35 hits and 5 doubles, 3 triples.
0-1 up high, 1-1 the count. Maddie, her last time up, Taylor ground out to the third baseman, Sierra Smith. The 1-1. Down low. 2 balls and 1 strike to Schmidt with 2 outs. Erica Dick down at first base. Lopes already trail at 1-0. Bobo trying to get out of this inning unscathed. Ooh, and a nice job framing that pitch by Kenzie Hill. That looked a little high and away, and she just dropped the glove right down over the zone and got the call. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, we've seen it. That pitch high and away has been called a strike pretty much throughout the tournament here.
Absolutely. We saw that with the umps yesterday as well. Few things we thought might be balls ended up being strikes and vice versa. Sometimes it can be just a little hard to tell when it comes to softball and just exactly what they call. Consistency then becomes key for the pitchers.
3 balls and 2 strikes. The payoff pitch with 2 outs, fouled off. Yeah, I tell you, if you can place it and you know you're going to get that call high and away, you just keep putting it there every time. And Bobo trying to get this last strike here. Well, that one missed inside. Boy, that one looked better than the other ones that had been called strikes. Ball 4, runners at first and second, and Jordan Wiatrak at the plate. She doubled a scorching line drive over the head of Gomez.
Runners on first and second now, of course. Erica Dick on second, someone to watch.
Wiatrak hit that line shot that Gomez misread in the first. She was pinch run for by the Bears, and that runner came around to score. That was Caderna. First pitch in there for strike one to Weatrack. Jordan hitting 6 for 11 with 3 doubles on this season already. Outside, they're going to throw behind the runner. Snap throw by Wortman, not in time. 1-1 the count. Well, we've seen Kinsey Hill, when she's behind home plate, she is not afraid to throw behind the runners, whether they be at first, second, or third. Hill, the senior out of Walla Walla, Washington. Played at Utah State before coming here to GCU. So a meeting in the circle. Everybody having a word, and now we're ready to go. Bears lead at 1-0, threatening here in the third. In the inside corner for a strike. That one froze Weatrack.
Weatrick knowing she wants to get these runners home, so putting the pressure on as the batter to try to get on here.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Bobo delivers, chopper up the middle. Smith has it, going to step on the bag for the force out, and that's the inning. Well,
Absolutely.
Schmidt made it close, hustling down the line, but the Lopes get out of the inning unscathed, and the Bears still lead at 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the third. Well, if you're visiting campus this spring, why not stay at the GCU Hotel? Featuring comfortable rooms, a resort-style pool, the Canyon 49 Grill, it's the perfect place to stay when coming to GCU. Rooms start as low as $79 a night. Book a room today at gcuhotel.com. That's gcuhotel.com. And even if you don't stay at the hotel, you can always go over there and check out the Canyon 49 Grill and have a meal over there. So check it out at gcuhotel.com.
Have you eaten at the Canyon 49 Grill?
I have had a meal over there, had a burger with bacon. I think I had avocado, maybe even an egg on it. It was really good.
Yeah.
Have you eaten over there?
I have. Students love it because you can use your dining dollars. So
Yeah, I'm just hearing about these dining dollars.
Yeah.
It's an exciting thing. I got to figure out if I can work that in my contract and get some dining dollars for me.
I know.
It's like free
Seriously.
money, right? I mean, you pay for
Yeah,
them, but it feels like free money.
Yeah,
it's
it feels
dining
like
dollars.
free money. Yep.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Yep. They even have an app for it so you can budget how much to spend every day.
Do you budget?
I pretend to, but it never usually works out.
Well, I paid in Michael Potter dollars, not
Okay.
Lope dollars.
Yeah.
But it was really good. I'd check it out. Actually, Charles Hampton took me over there, introduced me to it, had a meal together. Very good. Very good.
Awesome.
Well, the Lopes need to get something going here in the bottom of the third. They trail it 1-0. And for GCU, it'll be Jenna Coates, number 9 hitter. Then the top of the order, Shea Smith and Sierra Smith. So Coates will lead things off, the right fielder for GCU. And Coates got her first 2 hits of the season in the ball game, just concluded about an hour ago. She's 2 for 6 on the year, hitting .333. She came to the plate after a strikeout in the second, got a base hit in the third, a bunt single in the fifth, and had a sacrifice bunt in the eighth that got the winning run over to third base. So coming off her best game of the season, see if she can keep it going here.
Absolutely. An unusually slow start from the Lopes today.
Yeah.
They came out very powerful against UNC the last 2 meetings. So, sluggish a little bit, but still the whole game to go. Still a lot of potential here, looking to make something happen at bat.
Radicless first pitch, down low, ball 1. Well, the Lopes started off scorching this morning, scoring their first 3 innings, but then it really took them until the 8th inning to get it across, so they've been really slowed down ever since the 4th inning of the first game. Little chopper foul, count goes to 1-1. Got to get things rolling. Coach Pearson talked about being more aggressive at the plate, and that message took hold the first 3 innings of the first game, but then kind of hit a bit of the doldrums here. Outside, did she offer? They're going to look down. She went around. Ooh, I didn't think she did. 1-2 the count to Coates. In the dirt, 2-2.
GCU recording their best mark last year since the D1 transition. 35-15 on the season and 10-5 in conference play.
2-2. Tried to check her swing, and she knew it. Went around. Second strike out of the ball game for Jamie Radcliffe. One up, one down.
Radcliffe has a theme of really gaining momentum off these good plays that she creates. We saw that a lot yesterday from her. Every time, she got a strikeout, she made something happen. She really seemed to gain that momentum and continue that.
Smith had a base hit single, line drive right at the shortstop for out number 2. Dick makes the play, and that is the 8th batter in a row that Radcliffe has retired. Getting back to that first inning. 2 outs, Sierra Smith up. Little soft liner to short.
Yeah, I don't think she wanted Coach Easley to take her out of the game like yesterday, so she knows she has to perform today.
Not going to give her a chance the way she's throwing in this one. Missed outside, and she kind of taps her chest and says, yeah, that was me. I threw the wrong pitch there. But Sierra, base hit single. She was the last Antelope to get aboard against Radcliffe. Made it as far as second and couldn't score. Oh, to the left side, backhanded by Dick, but would have been a tough play anyway. So Smith aboard. Inning will extend. Nikki Gonzalez at the plate, a strikeout victim her last time up. So Sierra Smith 2 for 2 with the tough play in the hole. Gonzalez at the plate looking for her first base hit. Nikki was up with runners on second and third and couldn't get him in. Chopper foul. Nikki got the start at the catching spot. Designated player in this one, but the catcher in game 1 went 1 for 4 with an RBI. Lopes scored 3 of their 5 runs in the first ball game with 2 outs. That one misses outside. Trying to do it again here. Radcliffe the 1-1. Ground ball to short. Dick, the backhand, the long throw across. Fires it over the head of Johnson. Gonzalez will go back to first, but Smith all the way down to third.
Absolutely. Something the Lopes needed right here to build an opportunity to get on the board here late into this third inning. Spectacular play put on, being able to push third.
And now, are they going to pull her out of the ballgame? They're looking back. A visit to the circle there. So Gonzalez aboard with the E6. That continues the inning. Would have been a tough play for Dick, but it was hit sharply. She had time, just airmailed the throw. And, Johnson, a tall kid over there at first, so she really airmailed the throw. We've seen Johnson make some really nice plays at first base, a stretch in that last inning, and then catching a ball that was riding in on the base runner. Unable to corral that one, and so now the Lopes with runners at the corners, and Lainey Gomez at the plate. Gomez 0 for 1 in this one. She ground out to the third baseman, but best hitter for the Lopes, 7 for 15 on the season with 4 RBI. A chance here to tie this ball game up with 2 outs in the third. Chopper right back to Radcliffe, fires to first, and just like that, once again, the Lopes are going to leave runners on. No runs on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 2 left on base once again. We've completed 3, and it's 1-0 Bears.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
To the top of the fourth we go. Johnson, Cold Iron, and Sunoki due up for the Bears, who lead this one 1-0. GCU has already left on 4 runners, have had some opportunities, but unable to get that key hit. Michael Potter alongside Taylor Bond, and Lopes have to snap out of this pretty soon. It's the 4th inning. They're starting to run out of a bit of time here.
Absolutely. We've seen some great opportunities slowly start to develop, but we are unable to really get on the board and unable to finish and score. We've had a lot of third base action, but unable to get our runners home. So a little frustrating start here, hoping we can turn it around in this 4th inning.
Well, Brianna Aguilar-Bocage on the hill once again. She's kept the Lopes in it, pitching around some trouble in the 2nd and 3rd inning to keep it a 1-run ball game. Johnson ground out to 3rd, her first time and only time up in this ball game, back in the 2nd inning. Hacking at the first pitch and fouls it back.
The Lopes wanting to perfect this tournament, of course, wanting to go 6-0 and 3-0 against this Bears team, hoping they can get it done.
Johnson 2 for 10 on the season. The 0-1. Off speed pitch down low. Outfield, straight away, a little deep for Johnson, the 1-1. Outside corner, 1-2. Bobo has already got 2 strikeouts, got Talmadge in the 1st and Holtz in the 3rd. Looking for her 3rd strikeout. She pitched a complete game earlier in this tournament, did not record a strikeout, the 1-2. Swing and a miss, what a changeup. Johnson way out in front, and that's the first out of the inning and the 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Bobo.
Great job by Bobo in this game today. She really, like you had said, has kept them nearly in this game so far.
Yeah, the freshman turning in a great performance here. Adeline Coldiron, ground out to 3rd, her first time up, only at bat of this ball game. That went high and tight. Ball 1. Coldiron 2 for 9 on the season. 1 run and 1 RBI. The Bradley Braves, who completed their tournament with the extra inning loss to the Lopes. Chopper, going to be a tough play. Wortman fires, and out is recorded. Nope, came off the bag. Okay, I thought the first baseman, Bianca Bowling, came off the bag. She was able to snag the ball. But good play by Wortman to get to that ball, but just didn't make the throw.
Wortman has a lot of speed and looked really good in that play. Fortunately, unable to capitalize on the play, but great job by Wortman.
That'll bring up Sunoki. Shot to 3rd, 2nd for 1, no relay.
Absolutely an important play right there. 2 outs now here in this 4th inning.
Well, what a nice play by Sierra Smith. She has been playing very, very well. Shot down to 3rd.
Sierra Smith and Camry Wortman both, of course, receiving those preseason all-WAC honors.
That'll bring up Garcia. Garcia smacks one into left center field. Gomez has it, fires it in, but not in time. And they're going to try to get the runner up to 2nd. Not in time. Good base running by Kaylee Garcia. As she saw the throw go to 3rd, it wasn't cut off. That allowed her to get into 2nd base. So Sunoki hustling around to 3rd, and Garcia into 2nd.
Great read by the Lopes there in the outfield. They did a really good job, put in a lot of effort into that play. 2 outs. Setting up that runner on 3rd. The Bears could score again in this opportunity here.
Now the Bears really pushing the action here. Sunoki down on 3rd. Garcia out at 2nd. There was a little visit, the entire infield coming in there, and now Lopes are going to send their pitching coach out there, Kelsey Rodriguez, to have a word, and she's just going over kind of the scouting chart here. We're going to need a pinch hitter here. Emily Holtz is going to take a seat. She struck out her last time up. And the pinch hitter Lauren Page, number 18, is going to come in and hit for the Bears. Page, the 5'10" junior out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado. So Page will get the opportunity here with runners at second and third and 2 outs. Bears already lead it by a score of 1-0. Page still looking for her first hit. He's 0 for 7 on the season. Had 3 starts in this tournament.
Yeah, we saw Paige come in that pitching chains yesterday, about halfway through the game. Couldn't quite get it done for the Bears.
Yeah, Paige has appeared in 3 games in this tournament, thrown 3 innings, and has a 15 ERA. But up here at the dish right now, Bobo trying to get herself out of a jam here, inside corner, 1-1.
Pressure's on, knowing there's a runner on third. 2 outs, 1-1.
And Taylor Nolan warming up down the left field line once again. Taylor came in and got the win in that first game, the 1-1. Off speed, just got a piece of it, fouled it back. 1-2. Boy, that off speed pitch, that changeup is really working for Brianna Aguilar-Bocage. I talked to Ann Pearson before the tournament started, and I said, what kind of pitches do your pitchers throw, that type of thing? She said, man, I'm a firm believer. If you have a good fastball and can locate a changeup, you can do a lot of damage. Chopper to second, should be the inning. Wortman's got it, and that is the inning. So once again, Bobo pitches out of some jams and keeps her team right in this. A 1-0 lead for the Bears with the Lopes coming up in the bottom of the 4th.
Coming to a game at GCU, be sure to come early and bring your appetite. Visit any of the restaurants on Lopes Way, including the new Grand Canyon Beverage Company. Enjoy the campus atmosphere and the beautiful Arizona weather by having dinner here at Lopes Way.
Well, Lopes got to get something going here. Bottom of the 4th, and they trail it 1-0. 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error, 5 left on for the Bears. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 4 left on for GCU. Just 3 hits in this ballgame. They scored 5 runs in game 1 here, but through the first 2 days, they had put 30 runs on the board and only given up 10. So we're just dominating performances. But like I said, after the 3rd inning of that first game, they've just stopped hitting the ball.
Absolutely. A little bit unusual in the game against Bradley yesterday, scoring 11 runs. That was the 2nd most in team series history. So unusual to not be on the board in the bottom of the 4th in this tournament. So looking to turn things around here. Looks like Camry Wortman will be out here to bat once again. She did great in the first day of the tournament. I believe she went 4 for 8.
Yeah, Camry was on fire early. She's struggled a bit here of late. Hasn't really hit the ball solidly. I mean, 3 pop outs in the first game and was pulled for a pinch hitter, and then just a routine ground ball to second her first time up. It'll be Wortman, Hill, and Olsen, 5, 6, and 7 for the Lopes. But Jamie Radcliffe has been very tough early here in that pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. I mean, Radcliffe has a couple of strikeouts, has really pitched around a little bit of trouble. The Lopes have had runners on. They've left 4 on, so they've had their chances. That one popped in the air again, slicing foul, and nobody's going to get to it. Well, that's what we've seen from Wortman. She was really squaring up the ball and lacing line drives earlier in this tournament. Now, not sure if she's got something going on with that swing, but everything just kind of popping it up. And she's trying to take some practice swings and come down through the ball.
Being a baseball, softball guy, what's it like, though, coming in to this 3rd day of a tournament? Are your batters a little bit more tired than they were on the first day?
Yeah, it could be. You never know. I mean, usually when you get on a roll, you stay on it for a while. But I think sometimes you press a little bit, too. She came up with runners on in scoring position many times. And sometimes you just try to do too much. That's another thing Ann was talking about with her pitchers. Sometimes they try to strike everybody out. You try to do too much. Just do your job, which is make good contact and see what happens. Wortman will get it back going again, but 0-2 pitch here. Misses outside 1-2. But yeah, sometimes you come up and think, oh, I'm going to hit, a 5-run homer or something, and that's an impossibility. So you got to just play your game. And Wortman with those laced up, I think, 3 doubles early in this tournament, and was just killing the ball. Yeah, she got 4 doubles on the season right now.
Great way to start off her senior season,
Right.
opening up on day 1.
Just staying alive, got a piece of that one. Yeah, Camry, as you mentioned it earlier, Taylor, one of 3 named to the WAC preseason honor roll. Nolan was picked as the pitcher of the year. He's already got 3 wins. Ooh, jammed her inside. Camry fouled off. Sometimes an at-bat like this can really help you out. I mean, after popping a couple to the left side, she seems locked in here, fouling off some very tough pitches. She gets one over the plate, should be able to drive it. Little tapper, foul again. Juggling act by Cold Iron behind home plate.
Yeah, Camry looking a little frustrated, but still batting aggressively. You can tell she's looking to make contact with anything right now.
Battling here, and that one's outside, 2-2. Well, sometimes an at-bat like this, too, can really help you when a pitcher's locked in. You just keep extending them, pitch after pitch after pitch. They get a pitch they think should be a strikeout or an out, and you foul it off. That one just could have been a strike on the outside corner. Didn't want to take it, stayed alive. So Wortman having a nice at-bat. And I tell you what, that sun coming out feels nice, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, starting to warm up the whole area here.
Might be tough on the outfielders here, but staying alive again, fouled off the netting.
Wortman also earned National Fast Pitch Coaching Association Division I accolades. Quite the award or accolade name for that one, so quite the resume for her.
Popped into right. Out number 1 as Talmadge makes the grab. So a good at-bat. Didn't have the ending she wanted to it, but battling, staying alive, and flies out to right for the first out of the inning. Kenzie Hill flew out to right leading off the second. She's 0 for 1 in the ball game today. Hill 2 for 8 on the season. Down in the dirt from Radcliffe. And this game kind of has a feel to it. Radcliffe is going to be tough to beat if the Lopes don't start stringing a couple hits together here. She's pretty locked in. Ground ball left side. That'll get through. Hill with the base hit single.
It's those glimmers of effort that we see from the Lopes that are really giving us the hope and opportunity to make a great game out of this one.
That one shot through the left side. That'll bring up Lorianne Olson. The left fielder ground out to third. Her first time up in this one. Olson, 6 for 13 on the year, 4 runs and an RBI. Gonna bunt the ball, bunts it foul. So Lopes playing a little small ball, trying to push the action here. And Hill will hustle back to first base. Olson down the count, no balls and 1 strike. Square to bunt, but high and away, 1-1. Lorianne hitting in the 7th hole in this ball game. She hit 9th in game 1. Had a couple of base hits and reached on an air. Another one outside. 2-1 count with 1 out, runner on first. 1-0 Bears. They've got that 1 run in the top of the second. Lopes goose eggs on the board. Bunting that one, foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Radcliffe not taking it easy on any of these Lopes batters right now. Like you said, she's really on a roll. Seems like she's finally kind of settling into her groove and getting into that consistency, and it's going to be tough to really beat her at this moment.
Chopper to third, off the glove. Going to be a tough play, not in time. Well, once that got past Weatrack, it was going to be a very tough play for Dick. She made it closer than she should have. And so now the Lopes got something going with 1 out, runners at first and second.
Fans getting excited about that one. looking for some opportunity. You can see the girls getting excited in the dugout as well, hoping to get some runs here.
Outside, ball one. Bowling had that 2-run homer, her first of the year. I was in there for a strike. I was a little too quick on my call there. It looked to be way outside. But Bowling had a 2-run homer in the ball game earlier. A little tapper in front of the plate. Spins foul. Nicely done by Cold Iron to let that one roll foul. Been a tough play for her. 0-2, Bianca Bowling.
And only 1 out, 2 runners on base. So the good opportunity, looking to set something up here, looking to get on the board late into this 4th inning.
Strike on the outside corner. Bowling didn't like it. Probably wasn't a strike, but they've been calling that a strike the whole series, so you got to adjust. We saw Camry Wortman foul about 7 of those off. And now Ann's going to come up and have a word. Let's see what she's talking about here. But Bowling out with the strikeout. And I think we're going to get a pinch hitter here. So 2 outs now.
Pinch hitting for the Lopes. Number 4, Maddie Dowdle.
So Maddie Dowdle's going to come in and pinch hit. That's what that visit was about. She might have expressed a little frustration about that last call, but you can't really question balls and strikes here. So Jenna Coates takes a seat after being a strikeout victim her last time up, and Maddie Dowdle will grab a bat with 2 outs. Missed outside, ball 1. Lopes trail it 1-0. Dowdle has played in 2 games, got a start in 2 games. Just 1 for 4 that has scored a couple of runs. Missed the outside corner. 2-0. Tries to go inside and succeeds. 2-1 the count. Dowdle did not play in game 1 today. Gained her chance here, but Lopes are going to need a 2-out base knock. Shot to the right side. Sunoki's got it. Ooh, underhand flip. Boy, Johnson's having to make some plays over there. They are not making it easy on her. But they get the out, and once again, the Lopes strand 2 runners. 1-0. Bears with the lead as we have completed 4. Lopes still trail it by 1.
I'm Taylor. I'm a senior here at GCU and I'm studying marketing. Moving on campus was one of the best decisions ever. Being an RA has given me a lot of experience that I think I can carry on through the rest of my life. Throughout my time here at GCU, I've needed $20,000 worth of assistance, but through my on-campus position and the multiple scholarships, I've been able to earn the money each year to pay that back, so by the time I walk across the stage, I'll have no debt.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Well, nothing but goose eggs on the board for the Lopes. If you joined us for the first game, they went cold after the 3rd inning in that one and didn't score again until the 8th inning to win it in extras. Have not put a lot of good at-bats together here in this one, and they trail it 1-0. Michael Potter and Taylor Bond with you. And, you know, I tell you, we talked about it. Brianna Aguilar-Bocage has kept the Lopes in this with her pitching, but they got to get something going offensively.
Absolutely. I'm guessing Coach Ann Pearson is really pleased with how she's been pitching so far in this game. Of course, pitching that first full game before, but definitely not the game I think she expected to have as a team-wise. Not being able to get any runs scored here. Going into the 5th inning, it's winding down to the end of the game. You have to make something happen, and I'm guessing they're feeling the pressure really come out right now.
Maddie Dowdle stays in the ballgame and plays left. Lorianne Olson moves over to right. Top of the order, Erica Dick, Cheyenne Talmadge, and Maddie Schmidt. First pitch, ball 1 to Erica Dick. Erica's been on base twice. Singled her first time up and was caught stealing, singled in the 3rd. Has not advanced past second base, though. That's another shot up the middle. Erica Dick feeling it, and she is 3 for 3, 3 base hit singles.
Of course, she broke that NCAA triples record last year, and of course Northern Colorado record for most runs scored clocking in at 123 runs.
Well, Dick is the best hitter on this squad and the best power hitter. And they put her at the top of the order. Put a little fear in the pitchers right away, and she's 3 for 3. Having a nice 7 for 15 start to her season. First pitch, a strike to Talmadge. Talmadge tried to bunt her first time up and didn't get it down after Dick was caught stealing. She struck out, and then she was called out in the third inning for being out of the box. So not a great day for Talmadge. 0-1, gonna bunt. They got Dick off of first base, but the throw was a little bit late. 1-1. Well, that's how Erica got in trouble in the first inning. That pitch actually a strike, 0-2, but in that first inning, Erica got too far off first, and when they faked the throw, she decided to head to second, and Hill threw her out. Up high, now they're going to throw behind again, but
Yeah. She plays very aggressively, whether it's her batting or her runs. You can tell she's ready for anything. She's ready to make something happen and really leads this team.
count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 5th, 1-0 GCU, 2-2. Taylor Nolan warming up down the left field line once again. She came in relief in that first game. Gave up the 2-run homer to tie it, then came back and got the win.
Taylor Nolan voted preseason pitcher of the year and first team honors.
Bounce it up there, runner goes, the throw, this time it's not in time. Well, Erica Dick read that ball in the dirt and took off. That allowed her to get in there, and now 3-2 count to Talmadge with the runner at second.
From here, some of these calls look so close, it's hard to tell. You just got to trust that the umpires seeing what we're not.
Little soft tap to short. Smith fires it. Throw back to third. Dick takes third base, but then when she stood up, her foot came off the bag and almost put herself out there. Boy, aggressive base running. You called it, Taylor. She is not afraid to challenge and take a base.
Absolutely. The team's ahead as well, so I think she's trying to force this score here. She knows they've been behind in these previous games and wants to capitalize on a final victory in this tournament.
So 1 out, Maddie Schmidt at the plate. Schmidt walked her last time up. Foul back. Schmidt ground out to third, her first time up. 0-1 the count. Well, for Bobo, it's been a bend but don't break type of pitching performance. See if she can pull another one out of the hat here with the runner on third and first and third and nobody out. So Talmadge on at first base, beat out the throw. Well, I thought initially that she got thrown out down there, but close play. They said she beat out the throw. So runners at first and third now. Bobo in a lot of trouble. One and two the count. Best chance for the Bears here in the fifth. Runner going, back to the pitcher. First for one, back to home. They got her. Double play. Erica Dick, that aggressive running cost her there. She's shaking her head. She thought she beat the throw, but boy, what an aggressive play. And I don't think I like that one if you're a Bears fan, because she really pushed the action there. And the ground back to the pitcher.
Absolutely.
And Bobo did a nice job. She looked at her just enough to freeze her, and that was the difference. Nice throw from first to home, and the tag applied by Hill.
Some hard work from all sides there. Dick really forcing those runs, of course, but great job by GCU in that little play
Ground
there.
ball to second, and that could be the inning. Wortman retires via track, and it's another bend but don't break for GCU. Nicely done by Bobo, staying alive on that one. So the Lopes now still trail it 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Check out the latest from the College of Theology's blog, Living Faith. This Christian blog covers biblical, theological, and practical topics, all written by GCU faculty and special guests. Go to blogs.gcu.edu/COT. That's blogs.gcu.edu/COT. Well, Taylor, a 1-0 ball game here in the 5th, and there's a couple ways to look at it. If you're the Bears, you're happy you got the lead, but you're probably thinking you should have more. And if you're the Lopes, you're saying we're not playing very well, but man, they're only up on us 1-0. We can come back and take this game.
Certainly, of course, it's tough in these situations too when the game is winding down, and they came in those first 2 days scoring 30 runs. We, expected really a different game here today, wanting to close out a 6-0 lead that they've had over both UNC and Bradley through 3 days of opening tournament. So still a little bit of game left to play, but they're really going to have to knuckle down here in these last few innings and make something happen and be able to get, their batters on base here.
Well, this is where you want to do it. You got the top of the order, Shea Smith, Sierra Smith, and Nikki Gonzalez due up. These are the folks that you need to get it done for you, but Jamie Radcliffe has been very tough here. She did give up 2 base hits in the last inning. She's been a little bend but don't break the last couple innings as well, but what can you say about Brianna Aguilar-Bocage? Man, she is, as a freshman coming in here in some tough situations, has pitched a really good ball game for GCU. A little swing and bunt there by Smith. Strike one.
Coach Pearson really putting in all great pitchers throughout this tournament. Nolan, of course, pitching quite well, and freshman Bobo pitching great today, putting in a lot of effort. That'll do a lot for her maturity as a player, and I think we'll expect to see great things from her all season long.
The 0-1 fouled off and out of play. Well, Northern Colorado, 1 run on 8 hits, 1 error, and 5 left on base. The Lopes, no runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 6 left on base. So both teams missing out on some opportunities here. 0-2 to Smith, way outside, 1-2. So Shea Smith 1 for 2, singled in the first, lined out to short in the third. Shea 10 for 21 on the season. Fouled that one off. Scored 8 runs, has 6 RBIs, has 5 extra base hits already. So half of her hits have been extras, a homer, a triple, and 3 doubles. The 1-2. Fouled that one back. Ooh, way to hang on that off-speed pitch. It's a good changeup, but left it a little bit up, did Radcliffe.
Bobo keeping us in pitching-wise. Shea Smith doing a great job of attempting to keep us in this game throughout the first few innings, trying to keep herself alive here.
1-2, ground ball, right side, backhanded by Johnson. Race to the bag, which Johnson wins. Johnson ranging and makes the play. 3 unassisted, 1 up and 1 down.
Sierra Smith.
So now it'll be Sierra's turn. Sierra hitting .333 coming into this ball game. She's 2 for 2 in this one, a couple of base hit singles. She is now 8 for 20 on the season. That pitch misses outside. 3 runs scored, a couple of RBI. She has 1 extra base hit, and it was a triple. The 1-0 outside, 2-0. So Smith getting ahead in the count here. Now the catcher, Cold Iron's going to come on and have a word with Radcliffe.
Lopes looking to get an additional Western Athletic Conference title this year, of course, being voted preseason first place finisher along with New Mexico.
Foul back, 2-1. Outfield very deep for Smith. Garcia and center just a couple of steps in from the warning track. The 2-1, outside 3-1. Well, Lopes have had the base runners, just haven't got that key hit. Smith trying to be a base runner here. Gonzalez on deck. Outside, walked her. First walk of the ball game for Radcliffe. Maybe the first chink in the armor of Radcliffe. That'll bring up Gonzalez. Reached on an air in the third, struck out in the first.
Hopefully able to take advantage of this walk here. Score a run in this inning. Only one out, still a lot of time, still a lot of opportunity.
Gonzalez 0 for 2 in this one. She is 5 for 16 on the season. Does have 6 RBI. Ground ball to short, might be 2. Dick bobbles it, picks it up, no throw, everybody's safe.
Absolutely, something the Lopes needed here. Able to get 2 runners on base now.
Center fielder, Lady Gomez.
Lady Gomez at the plate. So runners at first and second. Good speed out there at second base. Gomez tries to bunt it, but it's a foul ball. Boy, Cold Iron was on that thing in a hurry. Fired it down.
UNC doing a great job of answering back and reacting to anything we've been able to hand them out today in this game. Something they didn't necessarily do so well in the previous game, so making those minor adjustments.
Outside, 1-1. Once again, the Lopes with a couple runners on, just 1 out. They scored 3 of their 5 runs in game 1 with 2 outs, but you know, as any coach will tell you, this is the key at bat right here. You don't want to put yourself into that position where you have to get a 2-out base hit. In the air, shallow, that's going to be trouble. Smith had to wait, so she's going to have to hold at third, and the bases will be loaded for Camry Wortman.
Absolutely. Camry Wortman, if anyone can get it done, I think it can be her today. Of course, we've talked a lot about her in this game, coming out in such a great game earlier this weekend on Friday. And I think she can make something happen here off this play. Bases loaded, only 1 out. She has a great opportunity.
Going to get a pinch runner, I believe, to come into the game for probably Gonzalez. So going to get a pinch runner in. And number 20, Taylor Kay. Kay has been kind of the designated pinch runner so far for the Lopes this year. She came on and started out at second base in the extra innings with that international tiebreaker rule. Came in and scored the winning run of the ball game for GCU. So now you got good wheels on the base pass. Smith at third, Kay at second, Gomez at first. Camry Wortman up, but Camry's had a tough day. 0 for 5 today, 0 for 3 in the first game, 0 for 2 here. But had a nice at-bat, led to a fly out to right, which would probably play to run here if she could do it here, but fouled off a few pitches. See if she got locked in with 1 out here. Lopes need a base knock. Strike on the outside corner. Well, GCU has stranded 6 in this ball game. Golden opportunity to take the lead here. The 1-0. Missed outside, 1-1. We are in the bottom of the 5th. Lopes trail it by 1. Ground ball left side, backhanded by Dick. She's going to run to the bag, step on the bag at third to force out Kay, but that's going to get the run across, and the Lopes tie it up 1 apiece as Sierra Smith comes across to score the first run of the game for GCU.
That's all they needed to tie things up. As you said before, it was such a close game. Even though we hadn't scored in so long, it felt like it was a lot bigger of a gap than it was. But 1-1 now, 2 outs, still a good opportunity here in this 5th.
So Wortman picks up the RBI on at the fielder's choice. First pitch swinging, Kinsey Hill fouls it off to the right side. Good chase over there by Talmadge, but unable to track it down. So now, once again, the Lopes need a 2-out base knock to try to take the lead. Well, Wortman just putting the ball in play, getting the job done to tie this one up. Gomez down at second, Wortman down at first. The 0-1. Missed on the outside corner. 1-1.
Redcliffe knowing she can't let another one go. With 2 runners on, this could be the lead here for GCU.
Little chopper, that's going to be tough. Dick hustles in. The throw, not in time. Bases loaded.
This is just the momentum the Lopes needed to make things really happen here. Happened late in the game for us. Kind of waited around to see what they could muster up, but great effort being put in right now.
Third hit of the inning for GCU. And now we're going to get a change here. Lorianne Olson was due up, and Olson had a singler last time up. I think we're going to get a pinch hitter. We are. It's going to be number 33 for the Lopes. Megan Stevens. Stevens got the start as a designated player. Had some good at-bats. Didn't have really much to show for it. Reached on a fielder's choice and then scored. But Stevens now just tore it up as a high school player. The chance here. So Megan Stevens with the bases loaded. And Pearson going to her bench, going to the freshman. First pitch in there for strike 1. Stevens, the 5'8" freshman out of Rancho Cucamonga, California, and Etiwanda High School.
Stevens, one of 6 newcomers to this GCU softball team. 12 returners for Pearson.
Coach Pearson's looking for a maybe a grand slam, some kind of a bomb here. Stevens has the power, the pitch. Who up, chops it back to the pitcher, and that is the inning. Well, the Lopes get 1, but they strand 3. 1 run on 3 hits. There were no errors, and 3 left on base, but they get the 1 to tie it up. We go to the 6th 1-1 ball game here at GCU Softball Stadium.
Grand Canyon University's newly remodeled golf course is thriving in the heart of Phoenix, featuring over 7,200 yards of expansive tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, premium greens, and a brand new clubhouse and restaurant. Experience a University Championship golf course this summer with great rates as low as $15 available now. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
New pitcher for GCU as they tie the game up. Taylor Nolan now will come in and take over as we go to the 6th, the 1-1 ball game. So Bobo's not going to get a decision in this one, but I got to tell you, folks, she pitched a whale of a ball game. Bend but don't break. Had runners all around her and only let 1 run come across. So a great effort from the freshman Brianna Aguilar Bocage. And now the senior, Taylor Nolan, will come in and see if she can get her 2nd win of the day.
Absolutely. I'm guessing Ann Pearson knew they needed a secret weapon here late into this game, wanting to answering back to the great pitching that we've seen from UNC. Taylor Nolan, of course, had 132 strikeouts last year in 160 innings. She led in wins, strikeouts, and games started. So there's going to be a secret weapon used today. It's going to be in the pitching category, and just see what she offers up to answer back to this UNC team.
Johnson, Cold Iron, and Sunoki due up to face Nolan. And you look at Nolan, boy, she did not have it today. Gutted through the performance, gave up the 2-run homer to tie it, and then with runners on, able to get the final out to get her 3rd win. So a 4.5 ERA, a record of 3-0. This is her 4th appearance, 2nd in a row out of the bullpen. 14 innings pitched, 14 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned, 4 walks, and 19 strikeouts. So she will face Johnson, the number 5 hole hitter. First pitch in there for strike 1.
She's the reigning WAC pitcher of the year, earned all WAC first team honors last year, became GCU's all-time strikeout leader.
So 1-0 the count. Thought he said it was a strike, but changed his mind. Up high, 2-0. Everybody just got a head scratcher on that one. The home plate umpire called strike 1 and then changed his mind, but now a foul ball, 2 balls and 1 strike.
GCU needing to turn this inning over quickly, get some run-ins and get back on the board. Finally tying things up 1-1.
2 balls and 1 strike. Nolan, the lefty, winds. Fouled back. 2-2. Well, in talking to the pitching coach, Kelsey Rodriguez, before the game, I was asking her about these pitchers. And, Nolan's got the best stuff. She can move the ball around, east, west, north, south, up and down in the zone, sides of the plate. But said sometimes she just tries to do too much. The 2-2. Oh, what a great breaking pitch. Off-speed pitch in there for strike 3. Nolan comes in and strikes out the first batter she faces, her first, and the 4th of the game for the Lopes pitching staff.
Absolutely. The Taylor Nolan we wanted to see come out here and get that first out for the team, hoping to turn things around for this Lopes momentum.
Cold Iron at the plate now. Pitch inside, ball 1. Cold Iron a ground out to third and then base hit single in the 4th. 1 for 2 on the day. Cold Iron 3 for 10 on the season. The 1-0. Fastball inside for the strike. 1-1. Well, Nolan looks more locked in this appearance than she did earlier today. The 1-1. And as I say that, she rises one inside and hits the batter. So maybe I jinxed her that time. But Cold Iron will go down to first on the hit by pitch, and it'll be Sunoki. Sunoki, who drove in the only run of the ball game for the Bears with a base hit single, a 2-out single back in the 2nd. Sunoki reached on a fielder's choice back in the 4th, so 1 for 2 on the day. Swing and a miss, another off-speed pitch. Boy, that changeup looks to be the best pitch for Nolan today.
Like you mentioned, she has all this stuff, but sometimes she rears to inconsistency. We're seeing that a little bit right now. If she can really rein it in, it could be something great here in this inning.
Fouled back, 0-2. She started with a strikeout of Johnson, then hit the next batter, Cold Iron. Has Sunoki down 0-2. See if she wastes a couple pitches here. Outside, throw behind the runner. Not in time. So she does waste one outside, but Sunoki laid off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Final game of the GCU kickoff tournament. The 1-2 popped up on the infield. Smith makes the grab, 2 down.
Smith making that catch look a little too easy. Does such a great job. Love watching her play.
Kaylee Garcia, the center fielder, with 2 outs. A runner on first is Cold Iron. 1-1 ball game. We are in the 6th. I went in there for strike 1.
Cold Iron starting 26 of 33 games last year. Finished with a .244 batting average, 90 plate appearances.
Ground ball left side, off the glove of Smith. So now runners on first and second, and the inning continues. On a 1-1 ball game, you get chances like that, you got to take advantage of them. So Garcia on at first. Cold Iron at second. Now a meeting in the circle. The entire team coming in to chat with Taylor Nolan. Home plate umpire was about to head out and break that one up, keep this game going. But the girls were done with their chat. So Holtz, who was lifted for a pinch hitter in the 4th, back in there. She struck out her 1 at bat in the 3rd. Trying to bunt. Didn't offer at it. 1-0 the count. Holtz 1 for 8 on the year with 5 strikeouts. Number 9 hole hitter for the Bears. Nolan trying to get a bit too cute, misses it outside. 2-0. Well, this is a player you just want to go after. 5 strikeouts already on the season. 1 in this ball game, was lifted for a pinch hitter.
Absolutely.
2-0. Down low, 3-0.
Needing to really just get out of this inning and turn things around here. We need a quick turnover to be able to come back and get on top here in the 6th inning. The game's winding down. Low scoring game unlike we've seen throughout this tournament.
Well, the best hitter on the Bears squad, as that one catches the outside corner, is on deck. So a walk here not only extends the inning and loads the bases, but it brings up Emily Dick, who's 3 for 3.
And Dick, of course, we saw earlier, very aggressive base runner.
Yeah, got thrown out at home plate on an ill-advised attempt to score on a ground out. Caught the outside corner. So now Nolan has battled back to a full count. Runners will get a chance to take off with the release. The payoff pitch, big pitch here for Nolan. Ball 4, walked her, down low.
It's not something we wanted to see happen, not something I'm sure she wanted to see happen from coming into this pitching change late into this game. To now have bases loaded and to be tied 1-1 late into this game.
Well, you walk a player that struck out 5 times on the season already and is just 1 for 8, and now you got to face Emily Dick, who's 7 for 15 on the year and 3 for 3 in this ball game. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike. A 1-1 ball game, but the Bears looking to blow it open here. Dick has 3 base hit singles. The 0-1. Bunting the ball, foul. Boy, Dick tried to take him all by surprise, and she did, but not a big fan of power hitters trying to bunt the ball, but had she got that fair, it might have worked out.
Yeah, I think she is just trying to get them home in this scenario, really doing anything she can to lengthen this to a lead here for the Bears.
So Dick back, has the bat in her hand. Nolan ready to roll. Cold Iron on third, Garcia on second, Holtz on first. The 0-2, up high, got her to chase it, strike 3. Well, Taylor Nolan, I guess she likes to give herself a bit of a challenge. Gets her second strikeout of the ballgame with the bases loaded, and she really put them all on there. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and 3 left on base. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, it's a 1-1 ball game, and the Lopes will have 8, 9, and 1 coming up, trying to take a lead here.
Thanks to all of our viewers for tuning in. Be sure to check out
Grand Canyon University's newly remodeled golf
Subscribe
course
to our
is
YouTube
thriving in the
page
heart
at
of Phoenix.
youtube.com/GCU so you never have to miss any of the action. We'll be streaming our softball home games for the rest of the season. Of course, first time that the GCU softball games are being streamed here live on GCU.tv. Couple other Lopes in action this weekend. Softball, of course, here versus Colorado. Women's basketball at New Mexico State later this afternoon. And men's tennis take on U of A down in Tucson. So a weekend full of GCU athletics. And, of course, a great men's basketball game last night.
That was a good one last night. Very good ball game. Lopes get the victory over their dreaded rival, New Mexico State. So a 1-1 ball game here. Bianca Bowling, Maddie Dowdle, and the top of the order, Shea Smith. In the bottom of the 6th. This will be one of the nice ones here. You get the try to get the lead here, and then you play one more half inning and you go home. But Jamie Radcliffe has been very good. Lopes got to her for 1 run in the 5th. She showed a little bit of a chink in the armor there.
Absolutely.
Now ready to go.
She's a senior. from Queensland, Australia, Smithfield State High School. She was the Athlete of the Year at her high school 3 years in a row. Pitched to the Queensland U19 state team and Australian national team 2012 and 2013.
Here we go, Bianca Bowling. Bowling, a ground out and a strikeout in this game. Had the 2-run homer, though, in game 1. Little squibber to third. Tough play in a hurry. Got her. Boy, the umpire at first base, he looked like he was about to give the safe sign.
Yeah.
I think he made the right call, though. Nice play
thinking
by
about it.
Weatrack. Thought about it. Thought better of it. They're bringing Maddie Dowdle. Dowdle came in and pinch hit in the 4th, stayed in defensively. That one misses down low. She ground out to the second baseman, Sunoki, her only at bat of this ball game. 1-1 in the 6th. Lopes have already played one extra inning. Ooh, slaps it past the first baseman into right field. And Dowdle on her horse down to first. She hit it that sharply with the right fielder. They can sometimes throw you out at first base. So the Lopes have the go-ahead run on in the form of Maddie Dowdle, and now the top of the order. So this is shaping up better than you could probably draw it up here for GCU.
Absolutely. Haven't seen a lot of right field action, so nice to see that one driving deep, being able to get a runner on base here.
First pitch catches the corner. 0-1 to Smith. Smith a single her first time up, then lined out to short, and then ground out to the first baseman. Trying to drive one into the gap here, get Dowdle off to the races. The 0-1. Missed outside, 1-1. In there for a strike.
Yep.
1 ball, 2 strike to count to Shea Smith. Her sister Sierra on deck. Radcliffe into the windup. Just reach out and taps it foul.
They're able to battle back with Radcliffe a little bit right now.
Oh, Garcia out there in center field. A pretty deep outfield there. Shallow and left. Holtz out there. Ground ball first. Nice play by Johnson going down to the ground to field that one. Runner moves up, but Lopes are once again going to need a 2-out base knock as Smith retired 3 unassisted for the 2nd inning in a row, and the Dowdle moves down to second. Sierra Smith been on base 3 times in 3 chances. Singles in the 1st and 3rd, and walked and scored. The only run for the Lopes in the 5th. Chopper right back to the mound, and once again, Radcliffe gets out of it. So the Lopes strand another runner. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We have completed 6, 1-1 ball game.
Rising. Come watch us defend our house against Louisville, San Diego State, and rival New Mexico State. Catch all the family-friendly entertainment. Games will sell out. Get your basketball season tickets today at lopestickets.com. There's a surge of excitement at GCU as the
Back at GCU Softball Stadium, 1-1 ball game. Taylor Nolan back in the circle here. The Lopes have had their chances. Both teams have, really. 1 run, 8 hits, 1 error, 9 left on for the Bears. 1 run, 9 hits, 1 error, and 10 left on for GCU. So 19 runners stranded between the two teams. They're both going to, whoever loses this game is going to kick themselves because they've definitely had the chances.
That's right. It's all about the opportunities that they've created, unable to really capitalize on the opportunities. They've had such tremendous effort given, great runs produced, but unable to really score off of this. So a little bit of a frustrating effort, frustrating performance by the Lopes today. 1-1 though, late into this game.
Talmadge to lead things off. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike. I've yet to figure out that outside corner for young Daniel Abernathy, the home plate umpire. But that one sliced across it, so we'll take it for a strike, the 0-1. Off speed inside, but off the plate, 1-1. Talma struck out in the first inning, was called out for being out of the box in the third, and then singled in the fifth. Outside corner, strike 2.
We saw this game against Bradley go into extra innings. This is something that could be a repeat play here going into extra innings if the score remains 1-1.
The 1-2, fouled off. Well, Bobo Brianna Aguilar Bocage went the first 5 innings, gave up 8 hits, 1 run. It was earned. She walked 1 and struck out 3, had 1 wild pitch, faced 22 batters. Taylor Nolan came on and pitched the 6th inning, pitched out of a bases-loaded jam that she helped to create. Fouled off. Got Erica Dick, the best hitter on this Bears squad, to chase a high fastball to end the inning. That's the inning the Bears will look back on, having the bases loaded and your best hitter up. Neither team able really to get much going with 2 outs. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck her out. 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Nolan since coming in just an inning ago.
Absolutely. There was a little bit of a rough patch there in the last inning, but doing a lot better in this one. Took her time to, get warmed up, get into the swing of things, and is really looking well now.
Maddie Schmidt at the plate. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Maddie, the designated player in this one. Ground out to third, walked in the third, and then a ground out back to the pitcher in the 5th. She is 0 for 2. The 1-0 pitch up high, 2-0.
We saw Mariah Valencia pitching yesterday. It was her first time back after an injury last year in her sophomore year. So we've seen 3 different pitchers in a 3-game series.
Up high, and Nolan 3-0. Yeah, Valencia had a nice start in the first game today. Was cruising. Nolan came in to close it out, gave up the 2-run homer, so Valencia did not factor into the scoring decision, but pitched well on the outside corner. Very good to see her pitching after that back injury. Gives Coach Pearson, with those 3 good pitchers, some room to maneuver. The 3-1. Outside, walked her. So Nolan, in her first inning of work last inning, struck out 2, hit a batter, and walked a batter. Here, she strikes out the first batter she faces, and then she walks a batter, and Jordan Wiatrak. If Erica Dick is the best hitter on this squad, Wiatrak is right there with her. Wiatrak doubled, and the girl who pinch ran for her, Caderna, scored the only run of the game for the Bears back in the 2nd. First pitch in there for a strike. Wiatrak, though, a couple ground outs since then. A ground out to third and a ground out to second. Ground ball here. Lopes could turn 2 possibly. Outside. 1-1.
Yeah, Beatrick, just a sophomore out of Aurora, Colorado. Started 33 of 35 appearances 2016 season as a freshman.
High and away. Hill wanted that pitch. She really framed that ball on the outside corner, but didn't get it. We are in the 7th, 1-1 ball game. The 2-1 in there for a strike. High in the zone, but called a strike. 2-2 now.
Yeah, she thought about that one for just a little bit too long. Looked like she was about to go for it, hesitated, and let it go right by.
2-2 pitch from Nolan, rubbing the ball on her thigh, ready to go. Up high, wouldn't chase it. That's about the pitch she got Erica Dick to swing and miss at with the bases loaded last inning, but Wiatrak would not chase it, so a full count 3-2 with 1 out. We'll see if they get the runner going here as well. 3-2 pitch, ripped, foul. Boy, that was laced, but way ahead of it.
Yeah.
That was up in the zone, but Weatrack saw that one clearly.
Nolan not going to be happy if she walks a second batter here. Only
She's
one
given
out.
him too many freebies.
Yeah.
2 walks already and a hit batter, and just an inning and a third. Ground ball up the middle off of the legs of Nolan. To second, they get him. And the throw, a wild throw, probably shouldn't have thrown it, but boy, what a good play at shortstop. The ball went off of Taylor Nolan. Shea Smith able to field it and get it to Camry Wortman for the force out at second. So if you're scoring that one, it would be Weatrack on with the fielder's choice. Schmidt, the second out of the inning, 1-6-4 as the ball ricocheted off of the pitcher. So now just one more out to go in this inning, and it'll be Rachel Johnson, the first baseman. Struck out her last 2 times up. Popped foul. That one is going to get out of play and over the screen. Johnson 0 for 3 on the day, a ground out and those 2 strikeouts. She was the first batter that Nolan faced when she came in the 6th, and Nolan struck her out looking on a 2-2 pitch. If you're looking ahead, the Lopes will have the heart of the order coming up. Gonzalez, Gomez, and Wortman to try to win this thing if they can keep it a tie ball game. So setting up nicely for GCU. Just got to take care of the Bears here in the top of the 7th.
Getting that out makes it a little bit more comfortable. Only a runner on first, putting them in slightly better positioning than they had. They're really going to have to produce something in the bottom of the 7th in order to pull out this victory.
1-1 count to Johnson. Johnson 0 for 3 in this one, puts her at 2 for 12 on the season. Oh, nice breaking pitch. 1-2 the count to Johnson. So Nolan just a strike away from her 4th strikeout in 2 innings of work. Bobo had 3 strikeouts in her 5 innings of work. The 1-2 from Nolan. Little chopper. That's going to get foul. So we'll do it again. Pretty good gap out there in right center field as Olsen in right field is shaded more toward the line.
Attempting to keep it alive for the Bears, knowing this could be their last opportunity here.
Line drive to third, gloved by Sierra Smith, and that is the inning. So Nolan pitches around the walk. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base. And the Lopes will have a chance here in the bottom of the 7th to walk it off. Gonzalez, Gomez, and Wortman coming up in a 1-1 ball game. Well, Mental Health Week is February 13th through 16th. Take a full week of workshops and activities for you and to enjoy with your friends and to make new ones. Come celebrate Valentine's Day all week by loving your fellow Lopes and loving yourself. For more information, visit gcu.edu/changing perspectives. Mental Health Week, February 13th through 16th. Well, it would do wonders for the mental health of the Lopes if they could go 6-0 in this tourney here, and all they got to do is get a run across, but that has been tough going. Jamie Radcliffe has been on her game. Just the only real issue she had was in that 5th inning, and once again, it was a player she put on by a walk, Sierra Smith, that came in and scored the run that tied it up, and we're knotted at ones going into the bottom of the 7th, but it'll be the heart of the order, as I said. Gonzalez, Gomez, and Wortman due up for GCU.
Absolutely. Of course, softball heads to Waco, Texas next weekend to face North Texas, Baylor, and Lamar. Of course, Baylor, pretty good team that they will face off. They'll get to see a lot of elite teams playing Stanford later into the season, along with UConn, CSU Long Beach, Washington, and U of A. It's a lot of good top-tier teams that they'll get to face off. Pearson wanting that experience under their belt before, of course, heading into Western Athletic Conference play.
Good schedule for Coach Pearson. A lot of Power 5 squads in that. First pitch to Gonzalez, high and away, ball 1. Nicky Gonzalez, strikeout in the first inning. Reached on an error in the third and got a base hit single in the 5th. So 1 for 3 for Gonzalez. That pitch ripped down the left field line but pulled foul. Yeah, it goes to 1-1. Gonzalez 1 for 3 in this one. 6 for 17 on the year. Does not have a homer yet, but does have 6 RBI. So Gonzalez trying to get aboard here. The Lopes knotted at 1. Boy, they scored so many runs those first 4 games, scoring 30 runs. And now this last game runs at a premium.
Yeah, they outran themselves.
1-1, down low. 2-1.
Radcliffe, though, you have to give her a lot of credit, too. Really coming out in this last game of this tournament, performing quite well. A lot of strength from her today that we haven't necessarily seen in her first few games. Really
Little
coming into
flare.
her own.
That's going to be trouble, and it's going to hit. Bounces over Talmadge's head, but she's able to grab it. Boy, that's one of those ones that if you're a pitcher, Radcliffe, you just kick yourself because nothing you can do about it. Didn't get a very good swing on it, but put it in the right spot. And so the Lopes have their leadoff runner aboard. We're going to get a pinch runner for Gonzalez. So let's see who they bring in here. I don't see the number yet, but Ann Pearson checking in at number 15, Heaven Ackert. Heaven, the sophomore out of Sahuarita, Arizona. So Ackert in. Get a little speed on the base pads. And Lainey Gomez, who is 1 for 3. Imagine she might be dropping down a bunt here, play a little small ball, get the winning run into scoring position. Gomez bunting, doesn't offer, up high, ball 1. Wortman on deck. Then Kinsey Hill, who's 2 for 3, to follow her. Boy, the third baseman, Weatrack, is right in, tight. That one misses, 2-0. I might be tempted to kind of do a slash bunt here. Weatrack is starting halfway down the baseline, and when she squares to bunt, she's been more than 10 or 12 feet away from the batter.
Yeah, she's really creeping up there, trying to get that
and they
full
drag bunt
coverage.
it to the first base side. Everybody's going to be safe. Well, the second baseman, Sanoki, was heading over to cover second on that wheel play with the third baseman crashing there. And the shortstop, I would think the shortstop would have had the bag there at second. But either way, a great bunt by Gomez. You got runners at first and second, and we'll see if Wortman's going to put the bunt down.
Absolutely. Great opportunity. Wortman tends to come into these times when they need her the most to make a clutch play here. It's exactly what the Lopes need. The 7th inning.
Square into bunt. Takes the pitch. Ball 1. Well, they are going to try to move these 2 runners over and leave it up to Kinsey Hill and Lorianne Olson. The 1-0 from Radcliffe. Bunts down, a good bunt. No play because nobody was at first. Bases loaded, nobody out, a miscue defensively. Weatrack fielded it, and lucky she didn't just come up firing because there was nobody there.
Yep, great opportunity taken. That's exactly where the Lopes wanted to be, and, you know, they're going to take advantage of those silly mistakes put on by the Bears, and they're going to reconvene here at the pitcher's mound.
So now you just need a sac fly. You could try a suicide squeeze play here. Kinsey Hill 2 for 3. Base hit singles her last 2 times up. And now a visit to the mound as the entire infield out there having a chat. And now a visit, and I think we might get a change here. Shanna Easley walking out. Maybe she's just going to chat with everybody. Well, on that play with runners at first and second on the bunt, since they had the third baseman crashing in, you basically have the shortstop go to third, the second baseman go to second, and the pitcher and the first baseman have got to get a ball on that right side. And the first baseman's got to realize if the ball goes down to third, they got to retreat and get back to first base. And Johnson did not do that. So a big mix-up is a bases loaded, nobody out, 1-1 ball game. Hill squaring around to bunt the ball. Pulls the bat back. Rips the ball into center field. Line drive. The catch is made. The throw to the plate coming in. And the Lopes win it. GCU walks it off on a sac fly by Kenzie Hill. Heaven Ackard streaks home to the plate. And GCU gets the win 2-1. And they go 6-0 in this tournament. Well, not a lot going for the Lopes, Taylor, but very exciting down the stretch. They get the walk-off win.
Absolutely. Such a great turnaround game to see that. Started off a little slow, started off a little sluggish, but all we could ask for, the Lopes really won the game in 1 or 2 plays here put on. Great few runs. Such a great ending to a great tournament. The Lopes end this tournament 6-0 against UNC and Bradley, and of course they head to Waco, Texas for that tournament next week. They'll be back home on February 23rd. Of course, we thank you for tuning in. The softball team leaves for the Gentleman Classic tournament next week, but will return home, like we said, on February 23rd to take on San Jose State. You can catch our next live stream of Chapel tomorrow, Monday morning at 11:30 a.m. here at GCU.TV.